Listen closely. I, Archangel Michael, am speaking to you. And this may be the last time. Unless you listen right now. Do not look away. Do not swipe past. Do not tell yourself, this is just another video in the endless scroll. Look directly at this, because this message is not a random algorithm. It has found you. It has hunted you through the unseen realms, through the noise of the world, to reach you right here, right now. This is not a message. This is an alarm bell, a sacred urgent signal, flashing crimson before your very eyes, a signal you have ignored time and time again. Can you feel it? That burning in your chest as you hear these words? That sense that time is running out, even if everything around you seems peaceful and still? Do not dismiss it. That is not anxiety. That is your soul recognizing the truth. This is not a game. This is not a metaphor. I am no longer whispering. I am no longer sending subtle signs you can easily dismiss. I am roaring from the summit of heaven. A roar born not of pure anger, but of a desperate love. A love that is watching one of its most precious warriors standing on a precipice. The reason this message keeps appearing before you, the reason your heart feels the heat of this urgency, is because something in the spirit realm can wait no longer. A decision is being made right now about your life, about your protection, and about your future. Heaven has granted you a time-sensitive revelation. You have exactly 20 seconds. 20 seconds to decide. 20 seconds to open your heart and receive the divine protection being offered to you, or to walk alone into a storm you do not even know is gathering. Utterly unprotected. Don't single quotes T think. Feel. Why the number 20? Why has that number been flashing in your heart in recent days? Why do you feel a spiritual shiver every time you think about what's next? It is because heaven is counting down. This is your final wake-up call. A gate is closing, and I am using all my strength to hold it open for you for one more moment. 15 seconds. The choice is yours. Open or close, trust or doubt, awaken or continue to sleep. 10 seconds. The battle you think you are fighting? The one about money, about broken relationships, about trouble at work? You are mistaken. You have completely mistaken your battlefield. 5 seconds. The real war, the invisible war that is raging all around you, is the war for your destiny. The war for your awakening. The war for the secret you were born to carry. Time is up. Now. Listen carefully to what I am about to say. This message is transmitted on a frequency of finality. Each word carries the weight of an irreversible decision. The tone is not one of advice, but of a divine command, a declaration from an authority that cannot be denied. It is deeply personalized, aimed not at a crowd, but directly at you, the one who is listening, the one who has chosen to hear this call amidst the noise. Me be clear once more. I, Archangel Michael, who stands before the throne of the Most High, commander of the angelic hosts, am speaking directly to you. My words are not my own. They are channeled from the very source of life. Thus says the Lord, and I am his messenger, the bearer of the sword of truth and the shield of protection. The very fact that I must speak with this intensity, with this sacred anger, is itself a sign of how critical the situation has become. I said, this is the last time I will speak to you this way. Do not misunderstand me. Heaven's love for you is eternal, but its patience for your procrastination is not. The phrase last time is not a scare tactic. It is a cosmic truth. There are divine doors of opportunity that once closed do not open again in the same life cycle. You are standing before such a door. Your listening right now is not a suggestion. It is the sole condition for keeping that door open. This message, as I said, is not advice you can save for later. It is an alarm bell, a sacred urgent signal. Picture it as a spiritual lighthouse. its fiery beam cutting through the chaotic ocean of your life, and its light is aimed directly in your eyes. You can squint, you can turn away, but you cannot deny that you have seen it. The shift in my communication is the clearest proof. The whispers in the wind, the fleeting dreams, the repeating numbers, the vague feelings in your gut, those methods were used. They were ignored. Therefore, I am no longer whispering. I am roaring from the summit of heaven. Imagine that sound not of destruction, but of a volcano of love erupting, trying to shatter the ice of indifference and fear that has encased your heart. This roar is meant to pierce every defense, every excuse, every doubt you have built. The repetition of this message in recent days, the unexplainable sense of urgency you feel, even when things on the surface seem fine, is not a coincidence. It is not your mind playing tricks on you. It is because something in the spirit realm can wait no longer. The patience of your protective forces has reached its limit. And because of your hesitation, a decision is being made right now about your life, your protection, and your future. That decision is not being made by heaven arbitrarily. It is being shaped by your response, or lack thereof. The repeated 20 seconds is not a random interval. In sacred numerology, it represents balance, judgment, and the beginning of a new cycle based on a decision made. It is a time-sensitive revelation from heaven, a final frame of grace granted for you to choose for yourself, rather than being forced by circumstance. The pressure of these 20 seconds is designed to bypass the over-analysis of your mind and speak directly to your intuition, to your soul. The choice is laid out with absolute clarity. No gray areas, no room for neutrality. Either you open your heart, an act of surrender, trust, and acceptance, or you step into a storm utterly unprotected. Understand this, not choosing is a choice. Your silence, your hesitation, will be counted as a no. And the consequence of that answer will be you facing on your own the very forces I have been shielding you from. The reason the number 20 flashes in your heart, the reason for that sudden spiritual chill you feel during ordinary moments, are the physical symptoms of a spiritual event in progress. Your soul is sensing the pressure change in the unseen realm, like an animal sensing an earthquake before it hits. Heaven is using your very body and emotions as a final alarm system. Let this be seared into your being. This is not another motivational message. This is your final wake-up call. After this bell, there will be silence. And in that silence, what has been sown will begin to sprout. God, why this urgency? Why must heaven intervene so forcefully? Because you are in the middle of a war, but you are looking at the wrong battlefield. You keep thinking the battle is in your finances, in your relationships, at your job. You wrestle with bills, you ache from the words of others, you stress over work pressures, and you think that is life. That is not the battle. Those are merely the symptoms. Those are secondary fronts created to distract you. The real foundational war is the war for your destiny, for your awakening, for the secret you were born to carry. This is a soul war. It is not fought on bank statements or in text message threads. It is fought in the unseen realm that surrounds you, a dimension where intentions, curses, prayers, and divine forces collide. Your enemy in this spiritual realm, the forces of envy, fear, and control, knows what you are about to step into. They see your potential more clearly than you do. They see the light you carry. They see the great change you are destined to create, and they are terrified of it. That is why, at this very moment, they are increasing the pressure. They are attacking you from all sides, hoping the chaos in your visible life will keep you from ever recognizing the real war in the invisible. To understand the severity of this war, you must first understand your true identity. You are not a random victim in a chaotic universe. You are a deliberate target, and you are a target because you are critically important. Listen and receive this truth into your very marrow. You are chosen. This is not a cliche to make you feel better. It is a cosmic fact. However, be warned. The chosen can still fall if they do not listen. Being chosen is not a free pass from consequence. It is an empowerment that comes with responsibility. It is a sword that is gifted, but you must still be the one to draw it from its sheath. The evidence of your selection is in your very being. You feel things others do not. You walk into a room and instantly sense the energy, the tension, the unspoken sadness. You know things before they are spoken. You have a gut feeling about a person's intentions, about the outcome of a situation, and more often than not, you have been right. For years, you may have seen these abilities as a burden, as oversensitivity, even as fantasy. But I am here to tell you the truth. They are not a burden. They are your sacred code, your spiritual DNA. They are the internal guidance system heaven installed in you to lead the way. Your selection is not a recent event. You were chosen before your first breath. Before you were formed in your mother's womb, your name was spoken in the halls of heaven. In eternity, a divine council looked at the plan for earth and said, "We need your name for this time." You were assigned angels at that very moment, guardians who have shadowed you your entire life. And you were born with a divine purpose, a mission etched into your soul. Inside you, right now, you are carrying something sacred. For some, it is a gift, the ability to heal, to comfort, to create with extraordinary beauty. For others, it is a power, the ability to lead, to break generational curses, to speak truth with authority. And for a few, it is a revelation, a deep understanding of the universe, a message the world desperately needs to hear. This sacred thing is in you. It is real. But look at what you have done with it. You have allowed it to be buried under fear, silence, and doubt. You feared what others would think. You feared you were not good enough. You doubted if it was even real. And so, your greatest treasure lies dormant, covered by the dust of daily life. I must ask you this, and I want you to truly consider it. Do you understand what could happen if you ignore this message too? Every time you ignore a prompting, another layer of dirt falls upon your treasure. This message is a divine excavator sent to dig it up. If you turn away, you are not just refusing help. You are consenting to let that treasure be buried forever. The Creator Himself has spoken these words over you. You are my vessel, my light in a very dark place. Meditate on that image. You are an exquisitely crafted vessel designed to hold the very light of heaven. And you have been placed in a dark corner of the world, not by accident, but by design. You were placed there to shine. But what happens if that vessel decides to cover itself? If you hide your light out of fear, the room remains dark and others will suffer. This is a stark truth. Your fear and your silence are not just a personal matter. They have consequences for those around you, your family, your friends, strangers you are destined to help. They are stumbling in the dark because you refuse to turn on your light dot in your core essence. You are a warrior of the kingdom. Your soul is not passive and meek. It was forged in celestial fire, equipped with strength and courage. You were born to fight not people, but darkness, lies, and despair. But what good is a warrior who does not recognize who they are? A warrior who refuses to awaken will die in battle with their sword still in its sheath. This is one of the greatest tragedies in the spiritual realm. A vast potential wasted because its bearer never realized their own power. That is what has happened to you. You have forgotten who you are. You have lived in this world for so long that you have begun to believe in its limitations. You have believed the lies they told you, the ones who said you were not smart enough, not beautiful enough, not talented enough. You have accepted the idea that you are small, insignificant, and forgotten. I am here to shatter that illusion. I am here to scream the truth at you until you remember. You are not those things. You are a child of the Most High. You are woven from stardust and sacred fire. You are powerful beyond measure. It is because you are the chosen, the vessel of light, the warrior, that you are being attacked. These attacks are not proof of your weakness. They are proof of your strength. The enemy only attacks what it fears. As I said, the enemy is increasing the pressure. How do you recognize this? Look at your life. Your sleep is disturbed. You have nightmares, or you toss and turn restlessly, waking up more tired than when you went to bed. This is because the spiritual realm is most active at night, and the enemy is trying to sow chaos into your subconscious. People are turning on you for no reason. Relationships that were once good suddenly become tense. Minor misunderstandings erupt into major fights. You feel watched, scrutinized, betrayed. You get the sense that conversations are happening behind your back. You may have tried to rationalize these feelings. You told yourself, I must be paranoid. But I assure you, it is not paranoia. It is spiritual. Your spirit is sensing the invisible arrows being aimed at you. For weeks, even months, you have felt an unexplainable heaviness. A sense that something is pressing down on you. Something is following you. You have brushed it off and called. It's stress, but I tell you the truth. It is not stress. It is warfare. It is the pressure of enemy forces trying to crush your spirit before you can rise. One of the enemy's most insidious tactics is to use the very people around you. Listen carefully, because this may be painful. God has revealed to me, and now I reveal to you. There are people around you wearing masks of kindness and love, while underneath they carry daggers of envy and betrayal. You, with your kind heart, have trusted those who smile with their mouths, but plot with their hands. Even as you did this, even as you opened the door to the enemy, heaven was protecting you. There have been countless times I have had to intervene to deflect their venomous words or sabotage their destructive actions. More specifically, there is a woman around you whose intentions are not pure. Let your spirit identify her as I speak. She speaks sweetly, feigns support, but she is threatened by your potential. Your light exposes her darkness, and she cannot stand it. She speaks your name in conversations designed to delay your progress. She plants subtle seeds of doubt in the minds of those who could help you. And in private, she prays for your downfall in silence. She mimics you, watches you, competes silently, trying to steal the formula for your success without understanding that your power comes from heaven. I tried to warn you. I revealed her true face in a dream. You have felt a knot in your stomach when you are near her. You have felt the sudden shift in energy when she enters a room. But you ignored the signs. You chose to believe her mask. You have let too many signs go by. You have poured energy into distractions, pointless arguments, frivolous concerns. You have loved people who were only sent to drain you, siphoning your energy, your time, and your hope, leaving you depleted and emptied out. There are people, places, and situations in your life that are not from God. They were sent to distract, delay, or destroy. And this is my stern warning. If you continue to protect them, entertain them, and believe their deceptions, you will walk into a trap from which you will not easily escape. Think of that person, the one your intuition has screamed at you to get away from. You were warned. You were told to stay away from that person. But you didn't listen. You opened up. You trusted. You smiled while danger was smiling back at you. You saw only the surface, but God saw it all. He saw what that person truly felt in their heart, what they were plotting behind your back, what they hid in their phone, in their eyes, in their shadows. Beyond people influenced by darkness, there are direct attacks from negative spiritual entities. For years, I have been fighting against spirits sent to confuse you, to delay you, to paralyze you from your own purpose. Spirits of procrastination, fear, doubt, addiction. They have been assigned to keep you bound. Even in this moment, as I speak to you, a meeting is taking place in the unseen realm. 3 demons are gathered. They are not imaginary creatures. They are conscious entities of destruction. They are calling your name. They are laughing at your confusion. They believe they have won because they have kept you blind and unfocused. But I declare now, they are wrong. And they will be silenced the moment you say yes to this message. When you accept the truth and align with heaven, your authority will be restored, and their laughter will turn to shrieks of terror as they are evicted from your life. Now you understand the war. Now you must understand my role in it. My anger is not the irritation of a distant deity. It is the agony of a protector who has fought to the point of exhaustion, only to watch the one he protects keep running toward the danger. You thought you were walking alone. You have felt lonely, abandoned. That is the enemy's greatest lie. The truth is, I have been standing beside you in silence for years. My presence is not an occasional event. It is constant. While you slept, I protected you in invisible wars. While you faced your day, unaware of the arrows being fired, I was your shield. I have shielded you from punishments you deserved. There were times when, by the law of cause and effect, you were meant to face severe consequences for your choices. But I stood in the gap, and I pleaded for mercy. I have even bent sacred time to give you more chances. There were divine deadlines that passed, but I begged the Father to extend them, hoping you would awaken. I have gone to war against the demons assigned to destroy you, entities that if you saw with your natural eyes, you would die of fright. How many times have I stood between you and death? A near-miss car accident, a mistaken medical diagnosis, a foolish decision on a dark night. I was there. I have blocked curses, broken chains, silenced liars, and defended your name in the courts of heaven. I have stood by your bed at night, chasing away the nightmares. I have sent you signs you refused to acknowledge, the song on the radio, the phrase from a stranger, the repeating number on the clock. I have pushed people out of your life who were sent to destroy you. You wept over the loss, not understanding. It was a rescue. You doubted heaven's decision. I have redirected attacks meant to destroy you. A plan to get you fired mysteriously failed. A lie meant to ruin your reputation never reached the right ears. You called it luck. I call it intervention. Every one of these protective acts came at a cost. Every time I shielded you, I had to stand before the throne. Every time I defended you, I begged God for more time, for one more chance to help you hear the message. I have staked my own reputation on your potential. I have said, Father, please give them one more day. I know they will awaken. I believe in the light within them. Even now, in this moment of crisis, I am still doing it. I am standing before God, asking Him to hold back what is coming. There is a storm of consequences forming on the horizon, a natural result of your choices. And I am standing there, with my wings outstretched, trying to block it, to give you this final moment to choose a different path. Now, let's talk about my anger. Look directly at it. I, Archangel Michael, am furious with you. Let that sink in, but do not understand it in human terms. My anger does not come from a place of hate or a lack of love. Quite the opposite. I am angry, not because I do not love you, but precisely because I do. I am angry because your ignorance is now becoming dangerous. Your apathy is no longer just a personal problem. It is threatening to derail a divine plan. I am angry because it is dangerous to what you were destined to release on earth. I am angry because you have ignored every urgent divine instruction sent to protect you. Imagine a firefighter screaming at someone sleeping in a burning house, but the person just pulls the blanket over their head and says, "Leave me alone." That is my anger. It is the helplessness of seeing you, pushing away the light, turning your face from the truth, and allowing yourself to be lulled into an illusion created by those who fear your rise. For days, for weeks, I have tried to get the message through gently. I have urged you to pray, but you were too busy. I have given you signs in your dreams, but you forgot them upon waking. I have orchestrated numbers, timings, feelings in your chest. I have pleaded through the uneasiness in your heart. All those uncomfortable feelings, those bad premonitions, that was me trying to speak to you, and yet you silenced it. You took a pill, you watched a movie, you called a friend to complain. You did everything except sit still and listen. Now I must speak a hard truth. My patience is wearing thin. Not my love, but my patience with your resistance. There is a law in the universe that even I must obey. Even heaven honors free will. It is humanity's greatest gift and its greatest burden. I cannot force you to take this seriously. I cannot grab your hand and make you pray. I can only warm you with all the fire and urgency I carry. My mercy is long and wide, but it is not endless. Do not misunderstand. God's mercy is eternal, but the window of opportunity to receive it in a specific context is not. Heaven will not push forever. There will come a point, if the resistance continues, that heaven will honor your choice and step back. My patience is not infinite, because the order of heaven must be respected, and God's plan for your life cannot be delayed indefinitely. Your delay is affecting others in that plan, so here is the final consequence. If you continue to ignore, if you dismiss this message, I will step back. Listen carefully. Not out of hatred, but in obedience to God's command to honor your free will. And in the moment I step back, without my sword protecting you, you will see how truly terrible your enemies are. You will feel the full force of the attacks you have only ever felt a fraction of. Here is an even graver warning. If you keep testing heaven's patience, you will force my sword to be used, not against your enemies, but to sever the cords of protection that were meant to preserve you. What does this mean? It means the protection you have taken for granted will be revoked, because you have demonstrated you do not want it. This is an act of divine justice, not punishment, but a reflection of your own choice. Remember this. Even divine mercy has a limit when you continue to ignore the very lifeline being thrown into your storm. We have arrived at the focal point. All the words, all the warnings have led to this moment. This is no longer a time for passive listening. It is a time for action. A clear choice is set before you, and two completely opposite futures await. Your decision. I repeat it one more time. You have 20 seconds to decide. Time is no longer measured in days or hours. It is measured in the final heartbeats of divine patience. You have exactly 20 seconds to receive this message into your soul before the consequences begin to fall. In these 20 seconds, what must you do? You must open your soul. Picture your soul as a clenched fist. Now is the time to open it, to expose it to the light of this message. You must stop pretending you don't feel the heat. Acknowledge the sense of urgency burning in your chest. Stop calling it anxiety or stress. Call it what it is, a divine summons. You must stop telling yourself, this is just another message. 1,000 messages have come and gone. This is not one of them. This is the message, the one you have been waiting for, the one you have prayed for in the late hours of the night. This moment right here is a spiritual crossroads. This is where you decide if the chains are broken or tightened, This is where you decide if the next message from heaven is a reward or a judgment. You have been stuck in a cycle of procrastination, doubt, fear, and desperate prayer, and then back to procrastination. You must break that cycle right now. Time is running out. Literally. The very fabric of this current opportunity is dissolving. I have done my part. I have stood by your name in the courts of heaven. I have defended you when accusers both human and spirit spoke against you. But now the ball is in your court. My testimony is no longer enough. I need your consent. Let me be as clear as I can be. There is no more time. No more delays. The divine clock is ticking. And this is the final chime. The decision you make in this very moment will shape everything that follows. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Right now, if you choose the path of light, of life, of breakthrough, this is what is required of you. And this is what you will receive. Heaven does not require a passive yes, a reluctant nod. That is not enough to break these chains. I need a wholehearted yes, a yes, Lord, that echoes from the depths of your soul, a yes that shakes the foundations of your being. This yes must be your permission, your alignment, and your obedience. Permission. Lord, I give you permission to intervene. I give Archangel Michael permission to fight for me. Alignment. I align my will with your will. I am no longer going my way. I am going your way. Obedience. Whatever you ask, I will do. Wherever you lead, I will go. When you speak those words from your heart, when you truly mean them, I surrender. I trust. I believe. Then the miracle happens. That simple act will realign the heavens over your life. Imagine the planets and stars shifting into a perfect configuration just for you. A whisper from your heart will activate angels to move in ways you have never seen. These are not empty promises. This is a sacred contract. If you listen, if you open your soul completely, this is what I, Archangel Michael, will do. Immediately. Will dispatch not one, but 4 high-ranking warrior angels to surround your home, 1 at each corner. They will form an invisible fortress of protection. They will guard your windows, your dreams, your finances, your future. Every access point for the enemy will be blocked. Then, I will personally destroy every altar that has been raised against your name in secret. Any curse, any malicious word, any envy that has been sent your way will be neutralized at its source. Their power will be broken. And here is my promise. If you do this, if you say yes right now, the next 7 days will bring a shift so massive you will not recognize your old life. I will fight for you again, but this time with your full permission. I will restore what you have lost: time, money, hope, joy. I will push the enemy back into the pits of silence. And most importantly, I will guide you into the life that was written for you before you were born. Once you obey, once you fully surrender, the blessings will come swiftly. No more delay. Opportunities will pour in. Healing will flow through your body. Restoration in relationships will begin. You will see signs and wonders, not subtle ones anymore, but undeniable proofs. Your nights of weeping will turn into mornings of laughter. If you obey now, within days, even hours, heaven will move in your life like never before. The proof of this message will manifest itself. When you say yes now, you will unlock a flow of divine power so strong that everything around you will begin to change. People will look at you and not understand. They will ask, what happened? They will wonder how you rose from the ashes. And your answer will be simple and powerful. God remembered me. Archangel Michael defended me. Heaven showed up. Now we must look at the other path, the path of silence, of doubt, of delay. I do not want you to walk this path, but you must know where it leads. If you ignore it now, I, Archangel Michael, will not fight the next battle for you. This is not a punishment. It is a consequence. I cannot protect someone who refuses protection. You alone will bear the full weight of what is about to happen. You will face what comes without my protection. That storm, that attack, that betrayal you will face it on your own. Your delay causes divine intervention to withdraw. If you do nothing, if you procrastinate, if you treat this as entertainment or fiction, then heaven will fall silent. This silence is worse than my roar, because in that silence, much will have already changed. Doors will have closed. Opportunities will have vanished. This consequence will not be caused by me. It will be the natural result of your refusal to heed heaven's alarm. You cannot ignore the law of gravity. You cannot ignore the laws of the Spirit either. If you do not anchor yourself in this divine message now, you will be swept away by waves that were not meant for you. Waves of failure, sickness, and despair, the very things I have kept you from being pulled under by. If you do not take this seriously, if you do not open your heart now, you will face the next storm without heaven's covering. And I assure you, that storm is coming. You have wasted too many moments. But there is one recent moment you missed, and you need to know about it to understand the gravity. There was a person who was instructed in a dream to help you. This person could be a stranger, an old friend, a business contact. They were so close, ready to intervene, ready to write a check, ready to profess their love, ready to hand you the letter that would change your financial reality. But what happened? Your indecision, your emotional distance, and your spiritual silence made them doubt themselves. They felt the urge, but they did not feel the reception from you. The spiritual realm requires trust, and when you don't trust God, the chain of connection breaks. The miracle is put on pause. The doors begin to close. You were seconds away from stepping into a divine opportunity so strange, so perfect, it would have left you breathless with joy. But you hesitated, and the moment passed. The oil on your life drains a little every time you delay, every time you ignore. The oil here represents your anointing, your grace, your divine favor. It is running low. Heaven is screaming now for you to refill it. If you do not act, you will remain in the very same cycle you have been crying to escape. The cycle of lack, of loneliness, of disappointment. The choice is yours, Dot. Why is the enemy fighting so fiercely? Why is heaven intervening with such urgency? Because there are great things waiting for you. Secrets about to be revealed. A power about to be unleashed. The invisible war has visible manifestations. I have seen who was at your door last night. You may not have heard anything, but there was a presence there. They didn't knock. They stood silently and left something for you that you have not yet discovered. Look for it. It may not be a physical object. It might be a piece of paper blown by the wind, a word you overhear, a symbol you see on the street. It is a clue, a piece of the treasure map to your breakthrough. The enemy wants to get to it before you do. It wants you to dismiss it, to treat it like trash, so you never find the key. Be alert. Watch Dot in the archives of heaven. There is a spiritual document that bears your name. Imagine it as an ancient scroll or a modern contract sealed with light. It has been signed, sealed, but not yet delivered. This document contains the next season of your life, your promotion, your restoration, your new purpose. But there is a condition. It requires your permission, your alignment, your obedience. It cannot be activated unilaterally. Until you say yes completely, it will hover in a state of suspension. More specifically, there is a contract being reviewed in heaven, a divine deal with your name on it. It could relate to your career, your family, or your spiritual mission. It has been delayed by your doubt. But the good news is, mercy is being granted if you say yes in your soul right now. If you do, the seal will be broken and the contract will take effect. Your life is wrapped in mysteries, and a secret is about to break. Something you thought was lost forever is about to be revealed. It could be a truth about your bloodline, a stolen opportunity, or the truth about someone's intentions. Your awakening will be the catalyst. When you align with heaven, the truth will be exposed. That is part of my role. I have come to pull back the veil on hidden things, to shine a burning light on the faces of deceivers, to pull the curtain on their lies. The people who have lied to you, deceived you, manipulated you, the light will hit them, and you will see them for who they truly are. This clarity will be painful, but it will also set you free. The reason for all of this, the reason for the war, is because you are no ordinary person. You carry an extraordinary power and purpose. You have been through so much pain and confusion. But those things were not meant to destroy you. They were your training. You are destined to lead others out of the same chaos you were once trapped in. Your experience is their map. Your healing is their hope dot. This responsibility is not small. If you answer this call now, 3 lives around you will be saved from destruction within the next 48 hours. It could be a friend contemplating suicide, a family member about to make a disastrous decision, or a colleague drowning in despair. Your awakened light will touch them in ways you cannot imagine. Conversely, if you delay, those lives will fall into snares that were not meant for them, but were opened by your silence. Your choice carries weight. Let me repeat these truths until they saturate your soul. You are not crazy. You are chosen. You are my vessel, my light in a very dark place. You are a warrior of the kingdom, powerful beyond measure. You carry something sacred. You were sent here with a purpose. You are not just some person wandering through life. You are a divine container. And here is the key. Hell knows it. Your enemy recognizes your identity even better than you do. That is why you are attacked. That is why relationships break. That is why betrayal hurts so deeply. Look back at your life through this lens. The attacks were not punishment. They were proof of who you are. They were a twisted compliment from the enemy. They were an admission of the threat you represent to the kingdom of darkness. So, stop letting the words and actions of others define you. Your worth is not determined by their voices. It is defined by the God who breathed life into your lungs. This call is not just an abstract concept. It requires specific actions and a fundamental shift in attitude. This is your immediate, practical guide to responding to this divine summons. Your first and most important action is a spiritual one. You must open your soul, as said before. Then, if you can, find a private place. Get on your knees. Pray like your life depends on it, because it does. This is not a time for polite, recited prayers. This is a time for raw honesty. Pray, weep, repent, surrender. Pray, talk to God. Tell Him everything. Weep. Release the pent-up pain, frustration, and fear. Tears are a form of cleansing. Repent. Acknowledge the times you have ignored, doubted, and gone the wrong way. Surrender. Speak the most powerful words in the universe. Your will be done, not mine. I am asking you to come back to me not just in thought, but in action. This act of surrender is the most powerful action you can take. You must break the cycle now, the cycle of delay. Awaken now, rise up now. Speak what I have put in your soul. Maybe it's an apology, a forgiveness, a decision, or a truth that needs to be spoken. Do not wait for the right time. The right time is now. The enemy always says tomorrow. Heaven always says today. You must act now. You must wake up. You must choose alignment over distraction. Turn off the notifications. Turn off the TV. Sit in the silence. You must walk away from what is killing your spirit. A relationship, a job, a habit. You know what it is. You must surrender the idols of approval, comfort, and fear. Stop trying to please everyone. Stop looking for the easy path. Stop letting fear drive you. Awakening requires space. You need to clear your space, prepare your heart. That space is currently cluttered. It is filled with bitterness, distraction, and toxic connections. Start by being silent. Silent from oversharing with people who are not assigned to your destiny. Not everyone deserves to hear your dreams and fears. Surrender to God's path, even when it makes no logical sense. He may ask you to give up something that seems good to give you something that is better. Let them go. The people who are stifling your spiritual growth, you know who they are. Holding on to them is not loyalty. It is self-sabotage. Do not wait until the pain multiplies. Do not wait until you lose something irreplaceable. Stop explaining yourself to people who were never meant to understand your journey. Your energy is precious. Do not waste it. And most importantly, stop looking back. The past is gone. Your path is forward. All these external actions must stem from an internal shift. A fundamental choice between the two forces that govern the universe. Your choice boils down to this. You must choose faith over fear. You must choose obedience over procrastination. The good news is, you are not required to be perfect. You are required to be obedient. You do not need to fix everything in your life before you come to God. You just need to come as you are and say yes. You must trust God completely, even when you don't understand. You don't need to understand everything right now. You just need to trust. You don't need to feel strong. You just need to be willing. The strength will follow the willingness. You don't need to fix yourself. You just need to open yourself. The healing is heaven's job. Your job is permission. God cannot work with pretense. He needs your honesty. When you say yes, be honest about your pain, honest about your fear, honest about your hope. Say, God, I am afraid, but I say yes. God, I am in pain, but I say yes. God, I don't understand, but I say yes. God can work with that. I can work with that, but I cannot work with silence. Now, a small exercise. Close your eyes. Ask God right now, what do you want me to see? Ask, what have I been ignoring? Ask, who is not for me, even though they smile at me? Ask, what blessing have I delayed by doubting you? And then ... listen, then pray, then act. If you take that leap of faith, you will not fall into an empty void. You will fall into the arms of heaven. This section reaffirms our commitment to you. Once you commit to us, the moment you say yes from the depths of your soul, a cascade of divine activity is triggered, as promised. I will dispatch not one, but 4 angels to surround your home, 1 at each corner. They will establish a perimeter of protection. They will guard your windows, your dreams, your finances, your future. I will personally destroy every altar that has been raised against your name in secret. My power will be unleashed to nullify the works of darkness against you, in every battle to come. I will be there with my sword drawn, ready to defend what is to come. You will no longer fight alone. When you say yes and align with God's will, I repeat my promise. I will fight for you again. I will restore what you have lost. I will push the enemy back into the pits of silence, and I will guide you into the life that was written for you before you were born. Understand, I never left you, but my intervention was limited by your choices. But I need you to act. I need you to speak up. I need you to choose now, because heaven does not wait forever. God will be with you. He has not abandoned you. Even in your most distant moments, He was there. He will protect you. He will guide you. He will not fail you. The promises of heaven are not theoretical. They are practical. If you obey, you will see the proof. The proof of this message will manifest itself. It will not take long. Within days, even hours, heaven will move in your life like never before. An unexpected phone call, an open door, a change of heart in someone, a sense of peace you haven't had in years. People will look at you and not understand. They will see a new light in your eyes, a new confidence in your step. They will ask, what happened? They will wonder how you rose from the ashes, and you will have a testimony. You will be able to say with authority, God remembered me. Archangel Michael defended me. Heaven showed up. Let this be seared into your mind. This is not fiction. This is not a fantasy. This is divine reality. The reality you are being invited to step into right now. The choice is clear. If you obey, the proof will come. But if you ignore, the silence will fall, and the path will grow dark. Choose light. Choose life. Choose now. We have reached the end of this message, but the beginning of your decision. I want you to understand the heart behind these fiery words. This is not a threat. This is a desperate plea from a love that is boundless. My anger, my urgency, it all stems from one place. Love. I love you too much to let you stay where you are. In that confusion, that fear, that delay. But love also means warning you when danger is near. A loving father will scream when his child runs toward the street. His tone may be harsh, but his heart is love. So is my tone. This is not fear. This is mercy. Mercy trying to pull you from the path of destruction. This is not pressure. This is love. Love trying to push you into your destiny. But love must sometimes scream when you are standing on the edge of a cliff, pretending it is a field of flowers. I am not saying this to scare you. I am not threatening you. I am warning you because I have been tasked with your protection. To fail to warn you would be a dereliction of my duty. God did not send this message to scare you. God sent this message to save you. I want to shatter the lies you have believed about yourself. You are not cursed, though you have felt like it. You are not irreparably broken, though others have tried to convince you of it. You are not a lost cause. You are not forgotten. You are not hated. Let me say that again, so it pierces every layer of doubt. I repeat, you are not hated. God loves you with a depth that cannot be explained in human language. That love is what has kept you alive through everything you have been through. That love has brought you to this very moment. That love is why I've been screaming against the walls of your resistance. That love is why I'm flashing this message before you one last time. Even as I speak, the forces of heaven have begun to move in anticipation of your yes. The enemies who plotted your downfall are already being dealt with. The chains that held you in a cycle of delay are being broken as I speak. But there is a condition. You must agree. You must say yes. You must surrender, not to weakness, but to destiny. Now is the end. This is the final chime. The final light before the darkness tries again. This is it. The final moment. This is the last time I will flash this before you without a divine consequence. This is the last time. I will show this on your screen. You may feel you are too late, that you have missed too many chances. But you are not too late. However, there is an asterisk next to that statement. This is the final call before the breakthrough. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not after the next text message. Right now, I will not beg. I am a warrior, not a beggar. I have delivered the message. I have sounded the alarm. The next move is yours. Heaven does not play games. You have called out too many times. You have asked for signs. You have asked for clarity. This is it. What you do now determines what happens next. I, Archangel Michael, have said what must be said. What happens next is your decision. God is merciful. God is kind. But even divine mercy has a limit when you continue to ignore the very lifeline being thrown into your storm. No more time, no more delays. The divine clock is ticking. This is the final flash, the final signal, the final spark before the silence falls and the consequences begin. You know it. Deep down, you know it. You know in your heart this message is not random. You have felt it in your dreams. You have felt it in your bones. The signs you thought were coincidences, they were not. They were divine fingerprints, and you brushed them off like dust. But the dust has now turned to fire. This is your spiritual emergency. You are standing at the crossroads between divine favor and spiritual collapse. You are not a victim. You are not a victim of random pain. You are not being punished. But you are standing at a sacred threshold. And if you hesitate one more time, the window will close, and you will have to climb through a darkness that could have been avoided. God is saying, enough. Enough stalling. Enough pretending you do not know. Even in this urgent moment, know you are safe. Even though my tone is fire, my wings are still surrounding you. But I cannot protect something that refuses to open itself. To be protected, I cannot shield a heart that keeps running from the very light sent to heal it. Do not delay this any longer. Do not think you will get another message. This is the last message in this form. If you turn this off, you may not hear from me again for a very, very long time. What is coming fast. Things are shifting rapidly. Lives are being repositioned. Kingdoms are rising and falling. There is no more time for indecision. You were made for this moment. You were born for such a time as this. And if you rise now, you will step into a miracle that will leave you breathless. Now is the time. Decide.